Chris Martin just laughed at a $50 million lawsuit, and honestly, so did the internet. But what sparked this insane drama? One kiss cam, two cheaters, 65,000 witnesses, and a Coldplay concert that exploded into corporate chaos. Boston, July 16th. A warm summer night. 65,000 Coldplay fans packed into Gillette Stadium, arms waving, lights flickering, voices echoing through the air. No one in that crowd knew a corporate empire was about to implode. Live in 4K. The giant jumbotron lights up with a fan-favorite tradition, the kiss cam. Cheers erupt, laughter fills the stadium, until the camera stops on a man and a woman in the very important person section, frozen stiff, not smiling, not kissing, not moving, just pure panic in their eyes. That man? Andy Byron, CEO of Astronomer, a billion-dollar tech company known for AI-powered data analytics. The woman? His own HR director, Kristen Catt. And here's the twist. They're both married to other people, but there they were, caught together in a moment that screamed, guilty. The camera lingers just long enough. They both try to duck out of frame, looking everywhere but at each other, and the crowd starts buzzing. Then from the stage, a voice cuts through the awkward silence like a dagger wrapped in British humor. Either they're having an affair, or they're just very shy. Chris Martin didn't even know what he just detonated. That one unscripted joke in the middle of a Coldplay concert would set off a chain reaction no one could stop. The stadium paused, just for a moment. 65,000 people watched the awkward couple on the screen. The tension? Thick enough to cut with a guitar pick? Then Chris Martin, still strumming mid-song, leaned into the mic and dropped the line that would obliterate two careers. Either they're having an affair, or they're just very shy. The crowd roared. Some laughed, some gasped. But on social media, the blast radius was nuclear. Within minutes, TikToks were flying. Clips of the moment went viral on X, formerly Twitter, Reddit, Instagram, you name it. By the next morning, over 50 million people had watched the clip. And every single viewer had the same reaction: they just got caught, live. People weren't just watching, they were zooming in on facial expressions, comparing wedding ring fingers, digging into LinkedIn profiles. Internet sleuths turned into full-time investigators. Memes exploded. One caption read, HR violation live on the Jumbotron. Another joked, that's not his wife, and that ain't her husband. By the end of the week, even late-night hosts were mocking it. This wasn't just gossip anymore. It had become a cultural moment. But while the world laughed, Andy Byron's world was falling apart. And the most savage part? It all started with a single line from a rock star who was probably just trying to entertain a crowd. The internet may have moved on to the next trending meme, but behind the scenes, Andy Byron's world was detonating. Hour one, his wife Megan sees the clip. Not just on TikTok, but reposted by her friends. And her coworkers? Her DMs are flooded. Isn't this your husband? What's going on with him and that HR lady? Hour 5, Andy walks into his luxury apartment and walks straight into an ambush. Megan's bags are already packed. She doesn't scream. She doesn't cry. She simply hands him a document: divorce, $35 million settlement demand, or 5% of his company for life. Not because he cheated, but because he did it in front of the entire world. Hour 12, Kristen Catt's husband finds out too. He's a corporate attorney, silent, but already dialing numbers. She's packing. She knows what's coming. Hour 24, the boardroom at Astronomer is in panic mode. Investors are furious. News outlets are circling like vultures. Screens in the office flicker with the same clip on loop. Either they're having an affair, employees aren't even pretending to work, they're whispering, giggling, screen recording every reaction. The leadership team meets behind closed doors, but the damage is already done. Hour 36, Andy Byron submits his resignation. No farewell email, no PR statement, just a silent exit. One CEO gone. Kristen resigns the same day. Two top executives taken out by one kiss cam. Hour 72, Astronomer Inc., a billion-dollar tech company now leaderless, scrambling to repair investor confidence, employee morale, and their image. What started as a joke on a Jumbotron just cost two people their jobs, their marriages, their future, and their dignity. All because they were in the wrong place at the wrong time, caught on the world's biggest kiss cam, with the world watching. By now, most people in Andy Byron's shoes would disappear quietly, maybe issue a bland apology or take a sabbatical in Bali. But not Andy. He does something no PR team, no legal expert, and no sane person would recommend. He points a finger at Coldplay. Specifically, he threatens to sue Chris Martin personally. For what exactly? Invasion of privacy, emotional distress, unauthorized mummification. Yes, that's a real thing, he reportedly claimed. According to insiders, Andy told friends Coldplay weaponized the crowd against him, as if Chris Martin sat backstage plotting, "Let's destroy a CEO today, shall we, lads?" The legal letter, still unofficial, makes the rounds. Somehow it leaks, And that's when the backlash goes nuclear again. Backstage, Chris Martin hears about it. According to crew members, he laughs so hard he nearly chokes on his water bottle. He thinks it's a joke, because who wouldn't? He's suing me? For what? Having eyes? Chris doesn't clap back. He doesn't need to. The internet's already doing it for him. One tweet reads, "This man ruined his own life with a kiss cam and now he's blaming the band?" Another, "Chris Martin, you better lawyer up. Your voice caused too many feelings. Even legal experts weigh in on TV this lawsuit? Absolutely hopeless. The man had zero expectation of privacy in a public concert with 65,000 people. He was recorded the minute he walked in. And here's the kicker, every concert ticket literally states that you agree to being filmed in big, bold letters. Andy clicked accept when he bought the ticket. He basically signed his own meme release form. But the most brutal irony? To win a defamation case, Andy would have to prove the statement was false. Meaning, he'd have to stand in court and say under oath, "No, I wasn't having an affair." And guess what? He hasn't done that. Neither has Kristen. This wasn't a legal strategy. This was a tantrum wrapped in a cease and desist. On the surface, the kiss cam moment looked like a one-time slip. Two coworkers, busted in public. A moment of weakness. Maybe even a misunderstanding. But inside Astronomer, people weren't shocked. They were validated. For months, whispers echoed through the sleek glass halls of the company's Palo Alto HQ. Late-night meetings, weekend business trips, HR policies that somehow didn't apply to Kristen. Coworkers had noticed the glances, the over-smiling, the private Slack channels. But in the cold, quiet world of billion-dollar startups, no one speaks up unless someone bleeds. The kiss cam? That was the blood. The camera didn't create the affair. It just exposed what was already burning behind closed doors. The internet saw a meme. Insiders saw confirmation. And that's why the board didn't hesitate to accept Andy and Kristen's resignations, not just because of public humiliation, but because they already knew something wasn't right. The kiss cam wasn't the bomb. It was the trigger that blew the whole cover open. Meanwhile, while lawyers whispered and marriages collapsed, Chris Martin went on tour. But now, each night, he gives the audience a little wink before the show begins. Just a reminder, everything's being filmed. So if you're with someone you shouldn't be. Crowd erupts. No names, no lawsuits, just classic British sarcasm, clean and devastating. Chris didn't attack. He elevated, turned a legal threat into a running joke across cities. At one concert, fans showed up with signs, "I'm shy, not cheating, kiss cam certified, don't sue Chris, he's innocent, he didn't have to defend himself." The public did it for him. That's what happens when the truth's on your side. And the cheater tried to sue the singer who made people smile. As of now, Astronomer is bleeding. The board scrambled to appoint Pete DeJoy as interim CEO. Investors are uneasy. Employees are rattled. Andy, still unemployed, still married to a legal mess. Kristen, Mia, her LinkedIn quietly deleted. That $50 million lawsuit, still just a threat. Sources say even Andy's lawyers are warning him. Filing this could end your career forever. Turns out the worst thing about becoming a meme is realizing you weren't the victim, you were the villain. And the punchline, this scandal has ignited conversations around the world about workplace boundaries, about privacy in public spaces, and how one viral moment can undo everything you've built in a single night. But here's the truth. Chris Martin didn't ruin Andy Byron's life. The kiss cam didn't ruin it. The internet didn't ruin it. Andy Byron ruined it. He just got caught, and instead of owning it, he tried to sue the stage. So here's a message for anyone watching. Don't blame the mic. When you're the one who whispered the lie, don't blame the camera. When you chose the seat in the front row, and if you're going to cheat, maybe don't do it at a Coldplay concert with 65,000 witnesses and Chris Martin on the mic. This has been one of the wildest, pettiest, and most public downfalls in corporate history. Hit that like button if you think Chris Martin handled it like a boss. Subscribe for more viral celebrity fallout, because this was just one concert. And the stage is never empty. One kiss, one comment, one $50 million meltdown.